because this wind is going to put us on those rocks in about 20 seconds. So I shut it off. Before this wind throws me underneath that bridge. This channel is usually good for a largie or two. There's fish. Alright, gonna head out a little bit deeper. Yeah, the hell with that. I'm gonna put it on the trailer, take it to the southern end of the lake. All right, much calmer here. Look at this. It's like a different lake. Lake goes north-south, and when there is wind out of the south, the north is rough. Look how the south looks. Beautiful, perfect. Let's go. Okay, it's still pretty early in the season. It's May, and I don't see the weeds coming to the surface right here yet. So it's mostly going to be old weed edges that we fish. I'm going to look for some new weed edges around that island over there, but we're going to try the drop-offs and just work our way around here. So same wind, same lake, everything's the same. We were just down there earlier, about 20 minutes ago. But look at the difference. One of these days I'll get a deep V boat, but for right now, I got to kind of work within my restrictions of this thing. I don't want to end up at the bottom of the lake from some 4-foot swell coming over the side of this thing. There's a fish. Largie in the weeds. Oh, little largie. There we go. Sitting there on the old weeds from last year. Going for the Berkley Gulp. This just reaffirms that the shad bite's still on. Not a huge fish. Pretty one. Alright, that fish was suspended trolling. They're just attacking in the open water. There we go. That didn't take long. That was nowhere near the bottom. This fish just attacked it in the open water. Alright, toss on another 3-inch Berkley Gulp. Watermelon pearl. It's a little more gray than the black shad that I use, but it's been cold lately. See the jacket I'm wearing. It's such a weird year. Schizophrenic weather. There's the fish. Where's the baby gulp? Crappie. so. I love those 3-inch gulps. Pretty fish, look at those colors. There's a fish. Big. Crappie. Alright. And you can see the weeds from last year. Might be some growth from this year. We are right in the thick of it, so I'm going to go ahead. I don't think this is a fish, I think this is a weed. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw out a weedless Senko and see if there's anything swimming in between these weeds, because I really think that there are massive schools of bait fish or of panfish out there. I don't think the big fish are really feeding out there. There's a fish. Nice. Senko in the weeds. Not huge, but fun. This is good. Around 6, 7 feet right here. There's a fish. Not big, but he blasted that 5-inch Senko. That fall through the water. Beautiful little flutter that it does. Just gotta watch the slack line so it doesn't get taken. So you can set the hook like that. Another little guy punching over his weight class. In there. That pops right back in the sheet. It's got probably 2 more fish left on it. There's a fish. Good one. Alright, you can see the weeds from last year that are right there, and this is the open area where they're not. So I'm going to cast along this edge between the dark water and last year's weedy water. Just give this area a couple months. These new weeds are going to fill up this whole area. Try to cast on the old weed edge. There's the fish. Nice. Bigger fish. Oh, just a good large. Heck of a fighter. Too. Looks like a Michigan or a Canadian fish. Bright yellow. Gonna toss on a Berkley Gulp black shad. Okay, let's toss this baby on here. There's a fish. If you're ever looking for a spot to fish a crowded inland highly pressured lake, one spot to really seriously consider is what I call the spot where people hit the gas. There's a spot where everybody hits the gas, like right there. Do you see that? That's where we caught about 3 largemouth, exactly right in that spot. People go over these spots and they copy each other, so they all kind of hit the gas at the same spot, and they go off to wherever they think the fish are, usually where they see other boats grouped. I don't do that. I go to the spots where they're not pressured, where people don't fish there. And speaking of the hit the gas point, see coming up. Okay, this is on the Gulp. In the weeds. I'm betting it's a largie. Yes. I swear this is not the same fish over and over again. They look pretty similar. So this is the Gulp in the weeds. They're just hitting everything. It's only 7 feet deep here. I was waiting to see the weeds to start throwing the Senko. So I've been throwing the Gulp instead, because I haven't seen the weed tops yet. I mean, they gotta be around here. I'm just gonna get the Senko ready. You know the drill. Get into the shallows, see the weeds, throw the Senko. Oh, that was a fish. I'll be shocked if the Senko is not ripped in half. Is that an eagle or an osprey? Looks like an osprey. Let's see what's left of the Senko. Oh, it's still holding together. That was a hit. Oh, that's a little fish though. Come on, let's end on a big bang. Huge fish. Don't you know this is a YouTube video? Oh, that would have been a nice one to get. But the Senko's still there. It survived to the bitter end. Look at the great action that thing gets, though, seriously. It falls kind of quickly through the water. You could fish it in like 10 feet, 12 feet even, I have. And shallow. And it's mostly weedless. Nothing's purely weedless, but anyway, got a lot done with this thing. Have to head back to the boat, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't, and smash that like button. Thanks for watching. Not ripped in half yet.